So do you want me to just start?
Hel- Hello, hello, and welcome to all of our change makers here at the Unity for Wellness and Peace Network. I am Cheyenne Kramer, and I am so excited to share with you an amazing woman that I just finally had a chance to meet today. I think I've been trying for about 5 years, so this group is doing good things, and you're going to love to get to know Dr. Patricia Crisp. Thank you so much, Dr. Pat, for being here today.
You're welcome. My pleasure. Thank you for inviting me.
Absolutely. Well, please tell people a little bit about who you are and what you do and what makes you so amazing.
Okay. Well, first of all, when I was a child, I always knew that the creator guided me. I just thought everyone else was like me. It wasn't until I became an adult and people are like, how do you know that? And I'm like, no, what? And why don't you know? And in seventh grade, my IQ was 144 and I never took a book home. So I don't remember at what age I told the creator, okay, I understand you gave me these gifts and talents and I'm ready to use them, but I was an adult. But the reason that I got into this field is because I was sexually abused from the age of 4 through 12, actively suicidal from 12 to 22. From 22 to 26, I tried to get other people to take me out of here. I didn't confront my mother until I was 31 years old. I never talked to anyone about the abuse. And I got straight A's from kindergarten to my doctorate. I got 3 C's. All the rest were straight A's. And my mother's telling me I can do better. What's better than straight A's? And then my father, my oldest brother, and 2 men in the neighborhood were molesting me. I got a full 4 year academic scholarship to the second highest academic high school in the United States at that time in Ross, California. Me and another girl from Jamaica were the first two Blacks to go there in its 50-year history. She came in as a junior. I came in as a freshman. I was the first Black to go there 4 years and graduate. I went to school, Pillsbury's, DuPont's, Chinese Princess, Dow Jones Chemicals daughter. But with all that was going on in my home with me, I thought that I was broken beyond repair. I didn't think I was capable of anything. And so I divorced my husband because I told the creator, obviously, you have me here because you will not let me get out of here. So you're going to have to show me why I'm here. I divorced my husband, shut down for 3 years, and went on a journey of healing me. I had a degree in elementary ed. I opened up a daycare preschool that was open 24/7, 365 days a year for 20 years. The last 10 years, it was a holistic center. And I went back to school. I got a degree in Soc. I got a degree in psych. And I said, this isn't enough. I want to heal mind, body, spirit. And at that time, I didn't know anything about the holistic field at all, nothing. And I got certified as an HHP, a holistic health practitioner, which entailed certification in 9 different healing modalities, including traditional Chinese medicine. I got my CNHP, a certified natural health practitioner. So I'm board certified as a drugless practitioner, so I can buy from Germany and Canada, etc. I got my master's in holistic psych and my doctorate in naturopathy. I also am an ordained minister in mind body healing. I can do weddings. I've never done any, but I can do weddings, etc., etc. I did all that to heal me. And I was amazed when I got to a certain level of healing. I told my staff, you continue to teach. I'm going to work with the children holistically. Every child that came to my center that was on medication, their doctors took them off between 3 to 4 months. The parents started coming in, bringing their friends and family. The FDA inspectors coming in, bringing their friends and family. I wasn't charging for the healing. I made enough money. And the creator told me a year later, you need to go in private practice. I said, no, I'm making too much money. But July 11th, 2007, I woke up and I said, I have this much faith. I can't fight you anymore. You're going to have to show me that this is what I'm supposed to do. And so I told my staff, the state, and my parents. So by the end of the month, my center was closed, and I said, "Oh, you weren't joking, were you?" And then And then my sister from Alabama sent me, I guess it was a couple of months later, an article from a newspaper reporter from Montgomery, Alabama, that was talking about a doctor he went to in this scan and all. So I did the research. And at that time, the main office in this country was Clemens, North Carolina. And I lived in New Jersey. So I came for the, when the Nest Provision scan that I use, it was created by Peter Fraser in Australia. And the main office was in England, and the main office in this country was Clemens. And he would not sell the system to, you had to be an ND or an MD to buy the system. And when I went in for the weekend training, I was amazed when I pulled, we're training and going through the scan, how much I could see with this scan and on and on. And then I took the products. So after a couple of weeks, I could see the difference. So I said, all right, I'm going to start using this scan. And with the scan, there's 144,000 electrical pathways. That's the human body field. It scans all of that within 25 to 30 seconds. It will pick up from the day you were conceived to things that are developing in your body. And it is color coded. So it tells me to what degree, if any, things are out of balance in your body. And it will give me, it will tell me what is the root to what's going on and what the body is ready to work on. The body has a specific order that it heals. But I had a woman come to me and she had right shoulder pain, right hip pain. They took x-rays, couldn't find anything. In her scan, her ileocecal valve came up orange. That's the valve between the large and small intestines. If that were to break down, a person would have celiac or Crohn's disease. But the symptoms can be right shoulder pain, right hip pain. That's why x-raying those didn't show it. So this will show the root and what the body is ready to work on. And in the first screen, it's polarity. Polarity is the healing field. So that's important because if polarity is off, then the body's not in a position to heal or take in nutrition properly. And then day and night, we're on a 24-hour clock, 12-hour day, 12-hour night. There are certain things the body is supposed to do during the day. And at night, it will tell me to what degree, if any, those are functioning. And then BFA is the earth. There are 3 energetic bands on the earth. And since we live on the earth, we need to be in sync with those energetic bands. And if not, there are certain diseases and disorders it causes in the body. Then it goes into the drivers. That's the organs, 15 categories at the organ level. The integrators, 15 categories at the tissue level. I can pull up every single organ and all the parts are there and they are color coded to tell me to what degree, if any, they are out of balance. Then it goes into the terrains. The terrains are 15 categories of microbes. But the medical researchers and scientists have proven when the egg is fertilized, it becomes a person, you can have 7 generations of things from both sides of the family. ET1 will tell me if your immune system is negatively impacted by genetics. ET2 will tell me if you came in with heavy metals from family that's negatively impacting your immune system. ET3 will tell me if you came in with unresolved emotional trauma from family. And ET4 will tell me if there's interference in your nervous system that is genetic. And I do have a product, BFA, that removes genetic imprinting. And then it goes into the stars are a deep subsystem. I can see if you have radiation throughout your body at the cellular level. If radiation has shut your immune system down since 2020, 80 to 90% of the population of this country, their immune system has been shut down by this 5G. I can see if you have heavy metals throughout your body at the cellular level, in your nervous system and muscles at the cellular level. The Krebs cycle, that's the 125-step process that the body goes through to convert the food you're eating into energy properly. Autoimmune, if you have seen or heard things that have caused post-traumatic stress that are still impacting your body. There's 15 categories at that level. Then it goes into nutrition. I can see if you are lactose or gluten intolerant. Then there's 3 areas that will, if they have colors, it will tell me that it will show me that you are not absorbing the nutrients in your foods properly and why. And then a lot of people take vitamins and minerals. They don't know if they're absorbing and metabolizing. I can see what minerals and what B vitamins you are absorbing and metabolizing. And then it goes into musculoskeletal, it goes into environmentals. There are 8 categories of radiation, and it will tell me to what degree, if any, they are affecting you. 9 categories of environmentals, and it will tell me to what degree it's affecting, what organs and systems are getting affected. Then the chakras, I can see which ones are open, which ones are closed. There may be some things that are blocking you from manifesting what you want in your life. They will be in there. And then there's 20 different negative core emotions, 20 different negative core beliefs your subconscious can be operating off of. And your subconscious is 90 to 95% of all human behavior. And then it goes into the 4 parts of the brain, and they will show shock traumas. It will give a description of a shock trauma that you've gone through that is still in your body and how it's affecting you. Now, when I have parents and a young child, I can see sometimes there'll be a shock trauma in the mothers, and it was passed down to the child, it'll be in the child's scan. Same thing with the father. So by the time I finish the scan, I've had people tell me, my doctor said there's something wrong, but they can't figure it out. I've always been able to figure everything out. I love the scan. And so I started using the scan, and it was working on healing me and this, that, and the other, and started working with other people. And I tell people, I will be 71 in 3 months. I never thought I never wanted to live this long. I never thought I would be this comfortable in my own skin and love my life and love people. And if I can do it, so can you. There is no human behavior that I do not understand. I don't condone all behavior, but I understand it, and I have absolutely no judgment. So with the scan, I run the scan, and then I take notes, and then I test everything. And with the scan, healing in general is mental, physical, spiritual, energetic, and nutrition. And I go through all of that with everything.
That sounds amazing. I wish I could go through one of those scans. That sounds just phenomenal. And
It
I
is.
mean, you just hit on everything.
I
But
have doctors, I have doctors, nurses, all kinds of people.
I bet. I bet.
And
And
I'm
they
looking forward to, and then I'll be quiet. I'm looking forward to this country where my field and the medical field come together. Then we will have an effective healthcare system. There are things that they can do that I can't. There are things I can do that they can't. I'm looking for, if you break your arm, go to the doctor, then come to me. I can heal you quicker. I got uterine cancer from taking the bioidentical hormones. It took me 2 years. I bled with blood clots every day for 2 years. That's why I moved to North Carolina. I had no family, didn't know anybody here, no family. And I knew I needed to mentally, physically, spiritually, everything be at the top of my 2 years. After that, I went back, got tested, totally cancer free. I've been cancer free since 2010. I got hepatitis C from a blood transfusion, got rid of that in 6 months. So, yeah.
Wow. Just phenomenal. My word. Well, and there's been a lot of conversation recently amongst people because, I'm pretty sure the things that you're describing are not typically found listed in your health insurance plan. How in the
No.
world do you deal with that?
Well, I take FSA and HSA that because they consider me um, preventative medicine. So
Okay.
they cover. But otherwise, my initial consultation is 150 and I allow 2 hours. My follow-ups are 75 and I allow an hour. My rates have not changed since 2007. On my website, healthcare is a right, not a privilege. And that's my logo and what I live by. And the products that I sell, none of them raised until the pandemic. And they actually sent emails and apologized to us because shipping increased, and the companies that they buy their products from to make their formulas increased their prices. So they had to increase their prices. But that was at the beginning of the pandemic. But yeah, and I work with people and I do payment plans and yeah, yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful. Wow. I just love it. And, it sounds like there's not anything that you haven't dealt with. I mean,
Right.
like right now, a dear friend of mine has just been diagnosed with some kind of cancer. And I just saw a picture of her online going through chemo. And I'm sitting there, there's got to be a better way. And I bet you're going to tell me that there very well could be.
Well, there can be. Now, there's a couple of things. Um, Chemo, people on chemo, I have a product, detoxamine, that I suggest. It pulls heavy metals out of the body, but you insert it into the rectum every other night at bedtime. It will pull heavy metals from all over your body. So it will allow the chemo to do what it needs to do, but it will remove it from the body so it doesn't accumulate and do all the harm. It also, because it's going into the rectum, it also clears out every vein and artery in the body, plaque, blood clots, everything. And in 2008, Johns Hopkins came out with a report saying that breastbone and prostate cancer comes from heavy metals. So I'm like, why aren't they at least doing an IV chelation? They don't. But if you go to the NIH, anyone goes to the NIH, the National Institute of Health, and they have breastbone or prostate cancer, they give them the detoxamine suppository, the same thing that I use for those three. And I had a woman, and she was on chemo, and I had her do the detoxamine. And she said, my doctor said, why aren't you sick? And she said, because I'm going to a naturopathic doctor. So at the end of her first round, they do the lab work and the blood work and all that. When she came back in, he said, everything's in normal range. Continue seeing your doctor.
Wow. Wow.
And cancer, all disease has an emotional root. Every organ in the body has an emotional root. It takes 12 to 18 months for unresolved emotional trauma to manifest as disease. Nothing can manifest on this planet without coming from a thought. Cancer is long-term unforgivingness and or resentment. And then you take the organ. So each organ has another emotion. So when I'm working on helping someone heal the cancer, I'm also working on healing the belief, or any disease, the belief that created it in the first place.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I just love it. You certainly give me more and more hope that there is hope for our healthcare system. I mean, I was just on a presentation on Saturday, and I really was trying to help them understand. It's like, here we are in the US of A, and we spend more money than anybody else in the world on healthcare, and we rank somewhere around number 50 in the results. And it's because people like you have not been integrated into it.
Right. Right. And a lot of people don't realize that pharmaceutical drugs, they basically suppress the symptoms, but the body is designed to heal itself. So when you are healing, like genital herpes, I always warn them, it's going to push it out of your body. So it's going to push all of it out of the body. And that's why a lot of people get upset with different things. I said, no, to heal it, it's got to come out.
Yes.
So, and it takes slower using the body's normal, natural healing properties.
Yep, absolutely.
But it does work, and it does have. I've had a lot of people call me. I had a client. She said, and she had hyperthyroid, and she said after her third visit, she said, "I hope you don't mind, but my doctor asked me for your name and phone number, wants to give it out to her patients." And I said, "No, it's not a problem." But I've had people. I'm at my doctor's office, and he asked me what I'm doing. I told him I'm seeing you. A woman was getting infusions for years, and her doctor told her she didn't have to have infusions anymore. She said, he wants to know what you're giving me. I said, Malunge. And I could hear him in the background. Continue. Because the doctors will see it in the lab work and the blood work, and they know that what they're doing isn't going to cause the results. So they're going to say, "What are you doing?" Yeah,
Right,
yeah,
right. They can't do it, but you can.
right. Yep.
Wow, that is so amazing. Well, I know I asked you this question earlier and you were kind of waffling on which way you should try to answer it, but do you have any big visions for the future for you? I know you were talking about
I
seeing
am,
yourself there
actually,
too.
it's more like I want to get more into retreats. I used to do retreats before. Like I would have a weekend retreat for women, a weekend retreat for men, a weekend retreat for couples. Now I want to also include a weekend retreat for teenagers. And what I would bring in is different practitioners that worked on all female things, male things, couples, teenagers, and stuff. So I do want to start getting into more retreats and then speaking engagements like this so that just get the information out to a lot more people.
Absolutely, absolutely. Wow. Well, and I know there's a woman in I believe it's in Goldsboro, who has some kind of a healing center where she is bringing a lot of people in to do that kind of thing as well. So if
Mhm.
you'd be interested in a connection like that, I'd be happy to
Yes.
see if I can make it.
Yes, I would definitely. Yes, because lately, the past couple of weeks, that's what I've been doing is going to business networking groups and different things and meeting people because it's time. It's time to heal. We were
Yes.
all put here to enjoy this journey. We were not put here to suffer. And the new decade is the creator's new cycle for all mankind. And since 2021, we have been creating heaven here on earth. Everything and anything that is out of balance in everybody's life is coming up to be addressed. No, it's not an option. Everything and anything that's out of balance in this country is coming up to be addressed. And no, it's not an option. We went into the age of Aquarius. That's the age of female, that feminine, nurturing energy. And the earth went into the fifth dimension last year. So we are creating heaven here on earth. But a lot of suicides, a lot of things, because some people don't know that they can, their life can be better. This is all they've ever seen. That's all that they've ever known and stuff. So it's challenging for some people. Well, it's challenging even for some people because a couple of things came up for me in December. And I was like, wow, I had never even thought about that. But yeah, but it's everything and anything that's blocking you from living the life that you were put here to live is coming up to be addressed and healed.
Wow. Wow. And that's exactly a part of my mission as well, because health challenges is the number one thing that stops people from living in their purpose.
Yep.
And the
Yep.
number two right behind it is financial challenges. So
Yes.
whatever we can do to help people get over around and through those obstacles, I'm grateful to have a partner in that work out here.
Great. And there are three root emotions: fear, anger, sorrow. All disease is rooted in fear, anger, or sorrow. Fear comes from abandonment. Any human being, regardless of ethnicity, gender, or religion, that is not raised with both biological parents in the home every day till they're 18, the body takes it as abandonment. Or if siblings or grandparents transition before they it 18, the body takes it as abandonment. I've even seen it with a parent that works in the fire department because they have 2 days on, 2 days off. A pilot, a truck driver, a parent that's in this service because they have to go on tours and they have to leave. And a lot of foreigners because their parents come here to this country to find a home and a job and the children. What surprised me is I would say 1 out of 2 people in this country have been abandoned. And with the abandonment, the challenge is trust. They don't trust themselves, therefore, they cannot trust others. The antidote is love. They don't love themselves, therefore, they cannot give nor receive love. And until or unless they heal that abandonment, they will attract people in situations that will abandon them and or people in situations they will abandon before they get abandoned. And where it affects them is time. They're anal about being on time or chronically late.
Oh,
And when
goodness.
I say that to people that have been banned, they're like, yep. And whatever age the wound of abandonment occurred, the person is still that age until they heal it. And then anger comes from how a person sees themselves, usually rooted in shame. And where it affects them is money. So when I'm looking at people that are challenged financially, I'm looking at anger and shame. And people that have money that are angry, they will spend it on other people and not themselves. And then sorrow is the root to any and all addictions. And diabetes is sorrow, but that abandonment causes anger. That abandonment causes sorrow. Yep.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow. That makes so much sense.
yeah,
And
it makes yeah. And when you I explain that to people that come to me, I can have 5, 10 minute conversation with somebody and tell if they've been abandoned.
oh my gosh.
And
Wow.
then it makes sense. And then I have things that I suggest for people to do to heal the abandonment.
Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing because I remember it not so much these days, but in the past, I remember that was a big word in my spirit. And it makes sense now because my dad, he would leave every Monday morning to go do work all around the state. We wouldn't see him again till Friday. He
That's
was
right.
gone
And
a
that's
lot.
abandonment. Yes. The body takes it as abandonment, even if people are not conscious of it. The physical body takes it as abandonment. Yep. And
Wow.
then if it's not healed, it can get passed down. So then the children will have children, pass it down to their children. Yeah.
Yes,
So yeah.
yes.
Yep.
That's what they call generational curses, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's part of
I
it. Yep.
gotcha.
Yep.
Wow. 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 Well, please tell everybody how in the world can they reach Dr. Pat if they would like to learn more or maybe even find a way to collaborate with you in some way or shape or form.
Okay. Alrighty, so I kept my New Jersey cell phone number. So my cell phone number is 609-214-4358. My landline number is 919-381-5585. And my website is patcrisp.com. And
Beautiful.
my
Beautiful.
email address is wellness@patcrisp.com. The name of my business is Discovering Wellness LLC, but the gentleman that put my website together, he said it's easier for people to remember your name than Discovering Wellness LLC. And I said, yep.
Yes, yours is even easy to spell. You look at mine, you
Yeah.
go, what the heck is that?
Well, again, with Crisp, I'm like CRISP as in Peter. Yes.
There you go. There you go. I love it. Well, do you have any final thoughts or words of wisdom to leave people with
I
today?
just want to tell everyone every day I wish I ask the Creator to heal every single person in this country and fill everyone with love. One morning I woke up and my message was, if everyone came from love, and I'm like, if everyone came from love every day, there would not be one problem in this country. It's just that simple. But this is also reminding something, bringing up something else too. We are all light. Every single person in the world, no exception, is a child of the Creator. We can't be better. We can do better, but we can't be better. And there's a difference. But we are light. Darkness can never put out light unless the light allows it. If you have a room and it is pitch black with a door and there's bright light on the other side of the door, you open that door, the light shines into the darkness. If you have a room that is bright light with a door and there's pitch black on the other side, you open that door, that darkness does not shine into the light.
That's true.
So we are all light. Everyone is light. And darkness can never put out light unless you allow. And being afraid of it can give it the power to do that.
Wow. Wow. Well, those are excellent words of wisdom to leave everybody with. And thank you so much for being
My
a light bringer for the
pleasure.
world. And we're just so excited. We're finding so many gems who are just these beautiful change makers. And that's what I love to do, is to celebrate the change makers.
Yeah,
So thank you
yeah.
for being one. And thank
My
all of our
pleasure.
change makers in the group for being here. And please reach out to Dr. Pat if you think there's anything that would be a good connecting point. Maybe there is something that you're ready to let go of and to heal, because this gal's got a lot of tools to do it. So thank you all, everybody, and we'll see you in the next interview. Have a blessed day.